Hey folks, Matt from the Ballard Journal. But thinking more as I listen more and more of the leader debates, or the candidate debates, I should say, especially on CBC from the various parties. You know, we got Tim Hudak, Andrea Horvath, we've got Kathleen Wynne. Frankly, I don't like any of them. There's nobody I'd be really comfortable voting for. Hudak's full of crap. His plan is not going to work. I don't trust the guy. He doesn't seem trustworthy at all. Kathleen Wynne, I'm sorry, but Dalton McGuinty was such a screw up, such a massive failure, and has messed up in so many areas. I mean, obviously there's the gas plant scandals, but there's so many more. You know, Orange with the transport and so many other things. But I mean, we're in the billions of dollars of wasted taxpayer money, and we don't have that kind of money. We've got a middle class that's suffering. We've got a lot of services being stripped, and yet somehow they managed to blow billions of dollars out the door on nothing. So no, I can't in good conscience probably vote for her. And then Andrea Horvath, I'd like to think that an NDP government would be good. I'd like to think, you know, that it seems to me that their line they toe, what they stand for, is good. But when we look back at the last person we had in government that was NDP, the last time NDP were government here in Ontario, that was Bob Rae. And probably the worst government that Ontario has ever seen. So they certainly don't have a good track record of what they can do when they get into power. And it's probably because they've never been in power. They have no idea how the political machine runs. I mean, the political machine is very broken. So it's hard enough to run it if it was working properly. But it's broken. The system has failed, and somehow it's just clogging along. But I mean, we see that right now. We're in poor straits. This province has a very struggling middle class. The jobs that are being created are mostly low-end, underpaid, unlivable jobs, which is why I'm totally against Hudak's plan, as I stated in the last video. And basically, the more I was thinking about this, and it's interesting because Hudak's trying not to really get too confrontational, other than he has been blasting a bit about the gas plant scandal, which I have a problem with too. But I don't like Tim Hudak either. Just look at the movie A Bug's Life. Be a perfect example of what it would be like living under the Hudak government. We would be the ants. The bulk of us, the population, other than the very small elite, the wealthy, the 1%, if you will, that would probably be the grasshoppers and their minions. And there are some minions that would be working for the wealthy, and they're going to obviously do okay in a situation like this. You know, Tim Hudak's going to be fine. I'm not sure what his personal wealth is, but even if he's not extremely wealthy, he's going to be taken care of because he's catering to the rich people, the corporations, the people with money, the power elite, the wealthy elite, the moneyed elite, the people who we are not. The people who are such a small percent of the population but hold such an incredible amount of the wealth. Greater disparity now than there has been in centuries. And the movie The Bug's Life, that illustrates that sort of. We're going to be the ants, and Hudak and his buddies that are minions for the elite, they're going to be the grasshoppers. They're going to be coming in. They're going to be picking off every little thing we have, leaving us with barely enough to live on, and basically struggling and working hard our whole life just to make sure that those lazy grasshoppers get to have more and more and eat off our backs. And so, if you want to just have a visualization in your head of what it's going to be like if Tim Hudak and the Conservatives come to power in Ontario, just watch the movie Bug's Life again. And it might leave you afterwards going, not sure I like that. I know I don't like the idea of it. But I don't see a Hudak government being good for Ontario. It would certainly be really good for the corporations, for the very wealthy. But haven't we had enough of that? Hasn't there been too much of that already? The middle class has taken a beating. The poor have taken a beating. Service cuts everywhere. Austerity measures. It's probably not going to be a whole lot better under the Liberals because they're probably going to be the ones that get in if the Conservatives don't. But it would be better than, I think, the Conservatives. I mean, they're all basically, politics is corrupt. The system is broken. They're all not trustworthy. I mean, politicians are liars. They all are. I mean, to get to the level where you're being voted for at these levels, you've got to have lied your way there. You've got to be corrupt. You got to been in bed with people. You know, people have their hands in your pockets, stuffing money into them at various stages. Lobbyists. I mean, the whole system is just messed up. You can't trust anybody that gets to any level of politics, basically. I guess maybe some municipal politicians are probably still maybe okay. Not saying these people originally intend this. You know, I forget where the quote comes from, but, you know, never trust anybody that wants to be a politician. But by the time they get there, they're all corrupt. They're all, you know, nobody's doing what's best for the people, for the population. They all end up being, you know, puppets on the puppet strings of the wealthy, the elite, the social elite, the corporations, and who suffers? The population does. We do, the people. We, the people. And that's not how it's supposed to work, and that's why the system's broken. But it's certainly why, out of all of them, I do not want to see a Hudak government here in Ontario. What do you guys think? Let me know. Have you watched Bug's Life lately? Give it a watch. Do you feel like living in Bug's life? Would you be comfortable being an ant? Do you disagree with me? Is it not going to happen? Leave some comments below, and we'll be back soon here on the Ballard Journal, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.